Hey guys, it's JaaackJack and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a life update. As you can tell by the title, we're pregnant!
Yeah! Yeah!
So in today's video, we're just gonna talk about how we found out, how we told our friends and family, and just how we're feeling.
It is cray.
I'm like in total shock still.
Same.
It's so wild because this is something that Johnny and I have been praying for since the moment we got married. Even before we got married, we had been praying for this, that as soon as we get married, like, please Lord bless us with children. And it's been maybe a year and a half now since we've been married, and we thought it would take even longer. Like, we kind of just put it in our head that, okay, it's not happening for us right away, this might take a long time. And the way we found out just like was so out of nowhere that even though we were trying, it came at a total surprise. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into today's video and start with how we found out.
It was nuts. It really was, because can I just say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a time in November and December, right?
Yeah, November, December, I was kind of feeling off, like back pain.
And you did have symptoms. Because now that I think about, throughout those months, I think in late December you were getting like
tired
and you woke
my
up
back was
dizzy.
That was only one time though. But like it was things like that where we were like, I'm feeling kind of off. I think we should take a pregnancy test.
So in November, after Thanksgiving, or
No. It was in December when we took the test.
in December?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah, I took a total of 3 tests, I think, in December.
Okay, so in December, she took a test. Well, she took 3 tests, but she took her first one
With you.
with me, and it was when like...
I'll put the date here. I don't remember, but I'll put the date here. And it came back negative.
Yeah,
and
it did.
We were like heartbroken, and it was the first time I had like cried over a negative pregnancy test, because we truly do trust in God's timing. And so every month I would take a pregnancy test just to see, because I am irregular, like this is getting a little TMI, but I've always had an irregular period. So I didn't really know how to track. So I would take a test every month. And every time it came back negative, I was like, it's okay. It's not God's time. It's fine. But that test hit me like a truck. And we filmed it, but after we like stopped filming, I just cried in Johnny's arms like so hard. And it's crazy because that test came back negative, but technically I was actually already pregnant.
You were.
The last test I did take, I took this one by myself. It was on December 31st. So I was pregnant already, but that one also came back negative.
So we went on with our lives. After December, still no period. My parents kept asking. My mom and grandma were like, how's Jackie doing? How's Jackie doing?
Johnny shares everything with them, so
Everything.
They knew I didn't have a period, so they were like, has Jackie gotten her period? She's pregnant. She's pregnant.
And I'm like, no, she's not pregnant because she's not feeling any symptoms. And no period. And they kept telling me, take her in. Take her in. And in that time, we were looking for a primary
doctor. Like, that was on our to-do list.
No excuses, but life kind of like came in and
just kept like pushing it aside.
We did. So just recently,
literally 2.5 weeks ago.
2.5 weeks ago, because she did get a UTI, and you know, we did get stuff to try to treat it, but it wasn't going away. It just
wouldn't go away. Like, I'm not one to get UTIs often, but I have had a UTI, like, I think it was high school the last time I had one. But
you did.
I healed it with over-the-counter stuff like cranberry juice, the little Azo box of pills.
And it worked.
And this time we did the same thing, and it would not go away.
It didn't go away. My baby girl said, we gotta go in. I don't feel well. It's not going away. We just gotta get it checked. I was like, okay, we'll just go in.
So we went to urgent care.
Let's go in. Not knowing anything. At least for me, you being pregnant wasn't even on the top of my head.
It wasn't even a thought, like,
it wasn't.
Or consideration. We were just like, let's go to urgent care so I can get these freaking antibiotics, so I can just get rid of this UTI and get on with my life.
So we went in. She took a pee test, because that's how they check, like, not just being pregnant, but just any infection. So the nurse came in and said,
she walked in and she's like, so yeah, you're pregnant.
Yeah,
And we were
just like that.
Yeah, that's how she said it. She's like, so yeah, you're pregnant. And we looked at each other like, first of all, we were like, what? And then I started laughing and I'm like, are you sure you didn't like mix somebody else's pee back there? Are you sure it's really mine? And she's like, yeah, you're the only one here in urgent care right now. And then I was like, could it be like because of the infection I have, like maybe it's messing with the pee test? And she's like, no, you're pregnant. So go ahead and follow up with your primary doctor with blood tests and everything like that. And I was like, well, we don't have a primary yet. Like, we're still looking. So is there any way I can do a blood test right now to confirm? And she was like, yeah. And so they took my blood and she said, we'll let you know tomorrow. But like, we already got the news from her that we were pregnant and we left the urgent care. In total shock.
It was nuts. And I was sitting like across you. And
yeah, so we're just like looking at each other.
And we're like, what? Wait,
and I couldn't stop laughing. Like, I was laughing and crying. Like,
you were giggling.
Total disbelief.
Because we didn't go in there.
Oh my gosh. So, the very next day, I woke up and immediately took a pregnancy test because I still couldn't believe it. And because after... like, Johnny was already so excited.
I knew it.
He's like, my wife is pregnant. Like, we're going to have a baby. But I just kept thinking the worst. Like, I just got hit with this fear. Like, what if I'm not pregnant? What if something's wrong with me that test came back positive? So I was just like, my mind was just full of fear and doubt. And so when I woke up the next day, I took a pregnancy test, like, at home. And that came back positive. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then... at that same time, I got the results from the blood test and that came back positive too. Like, my HGC levels were through the roof. And yeah, it was like, you're pregnant. And I still didn't believe it. So then I was looking up a bunch of like ultrasound places that I could just quickly go to. We didn't have a primary care doctor set up yet or anything, but I just needed to find somewhere that did ultrasounds that I could just confirm this with. So we found one and we went that same day.
Pretty cute spot.
To get an ultrasound. And that's when it was confirmed. Let me show the close-up. There's a little baby in there. That's his head and the little body. By the way, we've been saying him
a lot.
But we don't know the gender.
It could be a she.
It could be a girl, but we have just...
it could be a girl.
I'm calling this baby a boy.
It could be a boy. And even when we even came here, because once they brought us in, they couldn't find it. Oh
my gosh. The ultrasound was so nerve-wracking and scary because first we had to sit and wait before they took us back. And I'm like, Johnny, I'm scared. I'm so scared because, like, what if they don't find anything?
So this whole time that we were actually there sitting down,
it felt like an eternity.
It felt long, first of all, but it wasn't. It was just us going through the moment. And once we went in, it's not that we didn't have like hope or faith in God, because throughout the whole time, even if this like miracle didn't happen, we still believe. You know, he's number one and we believe in him. But we were in there and she lay down, they did the whole process. Put the,
like, that cold stuff on.
It's like
gel, like that gel.
Petroleum gel or something.
And then they were looking and they couldn't find it.
They couldn't find it. And
my heart dropped. And
we're looking at a big screen, at least I am. I'm looking at this big screen and I'm like, oh my God.
And the ladies were so positive. They're like, oh, it just could be because like your bladder's empty. I didn't know you have to go in with a full bladder to an ultrasound. That was my first time ever going. So they were like being super positive. Oh, it could just be because your bladder's empty. Mm-hmm. But they really could not find anything. So they're like, let's go, let us get our baby whisperer. That's what they said. It was like their more experienced nurse, I guess. So she came in and she found our baby.
And that's when and you were still Googling.
And the thing was, these pictures are so amazing, but like this was the best she could do, because every time I would see the baby show up on the screen, I started laughing and my stomach would move and she would lose it and have to try and find it again.
It was crazy.
I couldn't stop laughing, but she was able to take pictures and confirm that there's a little baby in there. And she said the baby has a healthy heart rate and it's very active, like moving around all over the place in there. when she measured me, oh, I should probably say this too. So as soon as like the nurse from urgent care the day before told me you're pregnant, I went on my Flow app, which I use to track my periods, and I put positive pregnancy test, and it determined based on my last period that I was already like 18 weeks pregnant, like over 4 months pregnant already. And I was like, that's insane. So I was like just so confused and shocked. I was like, there's no way I'm 18 weeks pregnant, and I had no idea. And then when we went to the ultrasound the next day and they measured the baby, they said, you're measuring at exactly 10 weeks today with a due date in September, which my Flow app said, you're 18 weeks with a due date in July. But yeah, the ultrasound person said you're 10 weeks today. And then when I finally found a primary care doctor, she said they go off of the ultrasound, not the period. So then yeah, that confirmed that I was 10 weeks on that day. When we're filming this, I am 12 weeks and 2 days. So 3 months pregnant.
12 in 3 days.
So that's how we found out. And I'm actually kind of happy that we found out a little later, because I don't know how I would have kept this a secret for so long. We really only had to keep it a secret for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally like a week and a half. That's all.
But that week and a half,
it was a hard week.
Felt like long. Like
but there are people who
months,
find out like at 4 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, no.
And like they keep that a secret for so like that.
I'm happy that we found out.
That's crazy.
With only 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I'm so glad we kind of found out later. But what was crazy is that I have been running, I have been working out, I have been lifting heavy things, eating ceviche. Like I've been doing all these things that you're technically not supposed to be doing in your first trimester. So to hear that we had a healthy baby with all of that was like such a relief. And now I continue to run because I did get approval, I can do that, but I no longer lift heavy things. And no raw fish or anything like that. Man, what a blessing.
What a blessing. If you didn't go in,
I still, to this day, wouldn't have known.
If she didn't go in.
And like, what's crazy is the day before I went into urgent care, I had already noticed my stomach getting a little round. And I was like, why am I getting so bloated and big? Like I actually noticed my stomach rounding out a little bit. But again, still didn't know I was pregnant. And so if we didn't go to urgent care, I'd still be like, I wouldn't know I was pregnant, but my stomach is getting bigger, and I'd probably be really upset. Like I'm gaining weight and I don't even know why.
And it wouldn't be a thought.
It wouldn't have been a thought. I would just think I'm gaining weight. I'd still be lifting heavy things. I'd still be, yeah. So that UTI was such a blessing. And before this video gets too long, the last thing we want to talk about is how we announced to our friends and family. So we announced to my sisters first. They were the first ones to know. And I want to tell them right away because we literally live with them. We live with my 2 sisters. And I hated not telling them. Every time they'd walk by, I'd like suck in my gut or put a blanket over my stomach. But I was taking them to the airport because they were going out to Oklahoma. So I took them to the airport and grabbed them Starbucks, and I called ahead of time and asked Starbucks to write "You're gonna be an auntie" on both of their cups. And so that's how they found out, and they were just like, oh my gosh. I think they wrote something on your cups, no?
It looks like it says gone.
You're gonna be an auntie?
You're
Oh
gonna
my
be an
gosh,
auntie.
really?
Oh my giddy aunt. Oh my giddy aunt.
Surprise!
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, you just have it in your pocket.
Surprise!
Sorry.
And then I gave them a loaf of bread to take to my parents to open, and they FaceTimed me because I told them it's a brand new flavor. Like I really want to get your first impression, first, you know, reaction to it. So they were FaceTiming me, and they opened the bread, and we had a onesie that said "Baby Navarro coming soon." And my mom screamed. She was so happy. And my dad is happy for us, but of course he had to make his dumb dad jokes.
All right, I'm unwrapping it. New flavor. What is this? Like a soft.
What?
What? What? Really? Oh my god!
What flavor is that? Oh, wait. There's a napkin?
You're so dumb. God.
Congratulations.
But they were so happy for us, and then they later told the rest of my family in Oklahoma.
Just empty the whole bag.
Oh my God. That's a lot.
So what's the white thing?
Oh no.
Oh my God!
No way. Are you serious?
Oh my God!
No way.
Congratulations!
Oh,
Are you
wow.
guys serious? Oh my God!
And then I wasn't gonna be with Johnny's family to see them in person until that following Friday.
That
So
Friday.
that's when we told Johnny's family, and we did the same thing with a bread and a onesie inside. The thing is, I knew they were all gonna go crazy because they've all been praying for us.
Yeah, they've been
Like,
waiting.
they've been waiting for this. They've been praying for us. And so we were just so excited. So they opened it, and the look on Johnny's mom's face cracks me up. She like screamed almost in horror. She was
Yeah,
like,
what the heck? I was like, ah.
but she screamed and everyone started cheering, and it was just like they got emotional. It was so awesome, and we were just all laughing and celebrating.
She was screaming. It's like she saw like a cucaracha or a rat. Like, ah!
That's how she reacted. It was so funny.
Mom, ¿lo cortáis o no lo cortáis?
That was so much fun. And then I FaceTimed my best friend to announce to her, and we were jumping up and down on FaceTime.
Wait a second! Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh my God!
surprise!
Sweet baby, so happy for you!
Thank you. That's kind of how we announced to everybody. But yeah, just wanted to share that life update with you guys that
Let's go!
we're pregnant.
Let's go!
So go ahead and leave a comment down below with what you think this baby's gonna be, a boy or a girl. We'll find out, I think, in 2 weeks, the gender.
So exciting.
So we shall see. And then if you have any requests for pregnancy related videos you'd like to see, let me know as well, because I've been dying. Like, I've been waiting for this season for so long. I can't wait to make videos like all about this pregnancy and entering motherhood. Like, this is so exciting. So let me know if you have any requests. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for sticking along our journey and just being with us for every milestone in our life. It's so special to share it with you guys, and we love you so much. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Peace!